Alright, welcome back to another episode of my video. I'm late, but let's check out the 1 minute preview. Then we're going to ML Aria and Robin. And before we get started, I'm expecting Aria to be strong, right? Because they have to make you pull before Raz comes out, right? They have to try and drain you before ML Raz comes out. So what this is. Uh, Here we go, Aria. My God.
State your business.
So, Disciplinary Prefect. Ooh, Prefect Aria. Alright. Dark Warrior. Yeah, I said she. I thought she would be a warrior.
I have limited time for unessential matters.
Robin.
Nice laden darlings. Then again, who am I to say?
Bro, that animation though. Wait. What?
Unessential matters.
That animation.
Should've
Wait.
saved the nice laden darlings.
That is one of the sickest transitions I've seen in a. That's. Look at that shit. Man. What?
You don't know
Fire
who
Ranger.
I am? Well, that
Robin.
tells me you haven't been naughty.
A beast in steel jaws. A beast in or with? Anyway, 529. She's coming next week. Yeah. Okay. Since this is here, I'm pretty well. Everybody kind of was. There was like a joke running around, right? Everybody was saying, "Oh, Robin is gonna be the Rift unit," but I guess she's coming on the same day as the Rift, right? So it only makes sense. Notification center feature added. What? Um, guild check-in is available. Oh, I guess this is for like people who forget to do stuff, like checking their guilds, or I don't know if there's gonna be one for Guild War or something. Because if you notice, the new the new icon for the guild and stuff, it doesn't show like how many hours is left on the guild unless you on Guild War unless you click into Guild War itself. So yeah, I don't know. Keyboard shortcuts added. Huh? Huh? I mean, most people play with like a one hand anyway. You know. Tooltip display improvements. Scattering petals, falling leaves. This is Emma Bologna, right? Is it to the caster for jet technique special to? Oh, this is injury. No, this is Aden. Never mind. What's changing here? Damage or damage dealt? Hmm. I have to look for. I have to look at it in detail later on. ML and Lua. We don't need to pull for these. Then Robin is going to be next week, which people are probably going to have to pull her for the Rift. You know, there's probably going to be teams without her if you're trying to save for, because summertime we usually get 2 summer units, and then um we're getting like 2 art contest units. So if you're low on resources, you want to like wait a little bit when Robin comes out to see the teams that people come up with, right? So and see if she's really that necessary. Like how Fenny was like, oh my god, like so crazy, right? Hopefully she has like other uses like Fenny does. Like hopefully she could be used outside of the Rift, like unlike the other two. I mean, Wukong in PvP, yeah, I guess, but I hope she's like universal, like if like Fenny is. Right, Prefect Aria, June 5th. Damn, she comes on the same day as the 3-year restart. RIP that gamer. Aria gonna cook him. All right. That's a 1 minute preview, man. Let's go check out ML Aria in detail. I'll see you guys over there. All right, so we're checking out the Robin showcase here, and let's see um
Get
what they
some
have
room
in
to
store
warm
for us.
up.
We are people are guessing that she's going to be the Rift unit. So and we did see Rift season 3 announced, and it's on the same day that she comes out. So more than likely, she is the Rift. She's the Rift unit, right?
Been a while since I had fun. Should have stayed in the nice lane, darlings.
But this
Then again,
animation
who am I to
is
say?
crazy.
Looks like I'm still in one piece.
She reminds me of Sakamoto, bro, especially with the glasses too on. Um,
Robin Vannock, the most notorious hitman to roam the back alleys of the
yeah,
Fundos.
the AI voice reader again. But that
She,
doesn't
who
sound bad.
once
But
earned legendary
I
status
guess
as the coldest, most ruthless person to walk the back streets, has long retired from that path.
yeah, you can hear even the way it says things, right? Yeah, 30% EM effectiveness. She has mid speed, not very high attack for rangers, very low attack.
Now running a small PI office
But
and
the effectiveness suggests that she is like a control maybe unit or something like that.
streets, has long retired from that past. Now running a small PI office and living out her days as the neighborhood deadbeat. However, to those who can see past her jubilant expressions and into her piercing eyes, they are often met with the chilling realization that her past life has not completely left her.
Bro, this is literally Sakamoto, bro. He's running the convenience store instead. It seemed like this, like everybody else who was trying to haunt and scene was just this big fat guy running the convenience store or whatever. For those who know, they know he's like not to be messed with. Right?
With the chilling realization that her past life has not completely left her.
Yeah, she still got it. It's just like Sakamoto. They think, oh, yeah, you got big now, so you're not as good as you used to be. But he shows them, yo, I'm still him.
Robin is a 5-star
All right.
fire elemental ranger. She has high speed and effectiveness and can increase her attack further through her imprint concentration.
Okay.
Skill 3. Say hello to my
Yeah. Like this is legit. All right. Say hello to my little frenzies, because he has two of them. Attacks all enemies with a secret weapon. Extends debuff duration except for those which prevent movement by one turn. Before 85% chance to inflict defense, decrease defense for 2 turns. When the skill is not on cooldown at the start of an ally's extra turn. So just for Renak, Renak goes okay, and then she gets swift attack to the caster and increased combat readiness for 25%. So Renak goes, presses S2, S3, she gets 25% CR and swift attack. Okay, which is gonna
little friends.
push her up by
Attacks
50%
all
again.
enemies with her secret weapon and extends duration of debuffs except for those which prevent movement by one turn. Before up to a 100% chance to inflict decreased defense for 2 turns.
Okay,
When this skill is not on cooldown, at the start of an ally's extra turn, grants swift attack to the caster and increases combat readiness by 25%.
okay.
When 20 soul is consumed, detonates bleed and burn effects inflicted on the target at the end of the turn.
Oh, bro, I didn't even see that. Why they wasting souls to detonate? I guess they want you to extend it and detonate it when you want.
Skill 2. Clear the back.
Skill 2, clear the back.
Attacks
Attacks all enemies with a grenade launcher, dispelling 2 buffs with an 85% chance to each inflict 3 burn effects for one turn. Increases combat readiness of the caster by 50%. Okay, so um, that's why she has the swift attack. So you're gonna go, whoever goes in and does the extra turn first, gonna push her up, and then she's going to use this skill with the swift attack. 50% CR push, full strip? No, two buff strip, and she's gonna inflict 3 burns, right, for one turn, and then she's gonna get that 50% CR plus the 50 from the swift attack, so it's gonna be pretty much an extra turn, and then she's extend debuff durations, or she can soul burn it to detonate, right? today.
all enemies with a grenade launcher, dispelling 2 buffs. Before up to a 100% chance each to inflict 3 burn effects for 1 turn. Increases combat readiness of the caster by 50%.
Okay. Yeah, she gets that. She gets that turn because of the swift attack. Yeah. And then skill 1 attacks the enemy with a dagger. 85% chance to inflict bleed for 2 turns.
Skill 1, Neutralize. Attacks the enemy with a dagger and has up to a 100% chance to inflict bleed for 2 turns.
Okay. Artifact. Okay.
Robin's artifact is an Assassin's Pledge. Increases effectiveness by up to 30%. After
Okay.
attacking, has up to a 100% to inflict burn on the target for 1 turn.
Okay, so that's where that 4th burn came from. Okay. That's where the 4th one came from, the artifact. I wonder if you can run her on. But I wonder if you can run on Star of the Deep Sea, but you can't. You would maybe with something like ML Araminta, you push up Robin. ML Araminta goes as well with her burns and stuns and stuff. With her burns and stuns, and then you can have Robin as well with more burns. All right.
Can only be activated once every 2 turns.
Let's see.
Should have stayed in the nice lane, darling. Then again, who am I to say?
Nothing in
Oh, okay. The animation is just really good though.
until I met you. Players will be able to meet Robin through the drop rate up summon starting May 29th. Thank you.
Okay. Combat demo. This is a long combat demo. Oh wait. They're showing her off against MLR Arunka, which I don't know if it's gonna turn out the way they showcase it in RTA. But let's see. Alright, here, yeah. So yeah. So she is being used in the rift. Oh,
Playtime over,
that's what I'm saying.
children.
Away with you!
You don't know the mechanics of it yet, but you know.
Oh, come on! Please hurry. It's urgent.
Oh, did she just wait. Oh, that's not alarm.
It's urgent. Don't play around.
Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Wait, what?
Play
Huh? Hmm. So I'm assuming burns give you like, oh, third authority weakness times 2, first authority weakened, second authority weakened. So I'm assuming burns those are the blue things are the authority. First, second, third authority. Yeah, authority. He has the freaking. Why does he have that Eins thing on him? The counter, the death sentence on the first thing. What is that? Um, but yeah, it seems like burns might modify the damage you do, the amount of burns you have. A lot of damage. All right. So yeah, but this rift is so sick.
Rest in peace.
away with you!
It'll be over before you know it.
But yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. Right. The thing is, I didn't expect the rift to come this fast because usually we have like a month in between. Like they're really trying to just run these down into us, right? Usually you have like a month break from the last rift before that one comes out, but it's coming out like with the swiftness, you know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to leave a like or something, and then see you guys in the next one. All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at Emma Aria. I'm expecting her to be pretty good because they have to force you to waste your mystics, right? So they can make you buy those World Cup packs when Roz comes out, right? So hopefully she's decent. We'll see how good she is when she comes. All right.
Violations of conduct will not be tolerated.
Okay.
Somebody's in need of a thrashing.
Prefect Aria.
One who perpetuates disorder shall face my iron fist.
Hitting Huayang here.
Time better spent elsewhere.
Disciplinary Prefect Aria. The girl who single-handedly flipped the once problematic Shadewood High into a school of academic prestige.
Yeah, the AI reading.
Although she may
This
be a bit of a tyrant, forcing students to study a
doesn't sound
realistic
that bad,
14
but
hours a
yeah.
day and handing out punishment on a whim. Not a single student dared rebel against her, as she was also the school's strongest in terms of brute strength.
Yeah, really.
Recently, she's been keeping herself busy, coming up
Well, 102 base speed. There's a lot of HP and decent defense as well. She's really bulky.
with initiatives that would quell those insufferable bikers that have been frequenting the school even after they had graduated. Disciplinary Prefect Aria
Alright. What is she?
is a 5-star
Oh, Warrior Capricorn.
dark elemental warrior.
Yeah, it's not the same as Robin.
She has
That's
high health and can
same sign, anyways.
increase her health further through her
She has health. Okay, ER for the team.
imprint concentration.
I don't have any extra Arias, so it's gonna be alright.
Skill 2. Unwavering
Alright. Skill 2 passive unwavering execution. Increases soul bone consumption of the enemy by what? 100%. What? Alright, so she's gonna be doubling the amount of souls you need for a soul burn. So if you have only one book holder, and you have like a 20 soul burn, you're gonna need 40 souls instead. So it's an anti-cleave unit, it seems like, right? At the start of the first battle, increases effect resistance proportional to the max health. Proportional to max health. That's gonna be a lot of though. Huh. I wonder how much. Like how much is it gonna be? Like 40%? Because it's 40%, and you build this unit on like 30 plus KHP. That's gonna be a lot of Hmm. Um. Okay. Myself. When the caster is not inflicted with a debuff, increases effect resistance of all allies by 25. What's this? 2, 4, 7, 10, 15. Right? So it's gonna go up to 40% for the team if she doesn't have a debuff on her. Okay. I think some people, if they're running like Luna, they might just run 2 books and just force soul burn it anyways. But then you can just go like bellying on like the 4 or 5 instead of bellying on 3, and you can go Aria on 3 instead maybe. And then that way they either force man the bellion and then they deal with the extra soul cost. But then there's units like Emma Selena, they don't need souls, right? They don't need souls soul burn the first time anyways. But it's gonna keep her from stacking that up too much. Alright. Inflicts with a debuff increases effect resistance of all allies by 25%. Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's see skill 3 as well, Purge. Attacks the enemy with Merciless Iron Fist. Let's go to where the animation starts. Yeah. Attacks the enemy with Merciless Iron Fist, granting a barrier to all allies for 2 turns before increasing defense penetration of the skill by 35%. Okay. So the first hit of this skill, wait, is not going to pen defense, or was it going to pen defense on the next hit? Let's see. Penetration increase can stack up to 2 times. A successful attack always results in a critical hit. Okay, so she doesn't need crit chance. Damage, dealt, and barrier strength increases proportional to the caster's max health. So you just build her Giga HP defense. Maybe on count. Maybe you can run her on counter, and then you have her just do big damage with the skill 3. Okay. I thought it would be true damage, but it doesn't penetrate on the first hit. So it's not going to do that much to Emma Larunka, who's running all over the place right now.
damage dealt and barrier strength increase proportional to the caster's max health. When 10 soul is consumed, increases damage dealt and decreases skill
She did soul burn. Wait, she did soul burn and added
damage dealt
23k.
and barrier strength increase proportional to the
Yeah, she
caster's
soul burn
max
here.
health. When 10 soul is consumed, increases damage dealt and decreases skill cooldown
23k looked really nice, but she did soul burn. So maybe not that great of a multiplier.
by 1 turn.
He's also not penetrating right here either. But that's sober.
Skill 1. Disciplinary warning.
Alright. Disciplinary warning. Let's skip to where the animation is so I can get that out of the way. Alright. Nope. Go back. Alright. Disciplinary warning. Attacks the enemy increases combat readiness of the caster by 15%. So yeah, I can run on counter. When Purge is on cooldown, when the skill 3 is on cooldown, activates disciplinary action as an extra attack. Okay. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. Yep. Disciplinary action. Attacks the enemy inflicting up to 10% injury. Alright, injury. A successful attack always results in a critical hit. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. So this one doesn't crit. So you can hit like Emma Celine with that and not fear to be countered. Unless you just very unlucky and you have no crit and you still crit, which happens to me all the time. But, you know. So there's a follow-up attack that's going to crit her. Alright, so she won't counter from that. But disciplinary action attacks the enemy, inflicting up to 10% injuries. A successful attack always results in a crit. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. Okay.
And using disciplinary action attacks the enemy, inflicting up to 10% injuries. A successful attack always results in a critical
So
hit.
she hits for the line
Damage
here,
dealt
but
increases proportional to the caster's max health.
One who perpetuates disorders shall face my iron fist!
The
the
committee
the physics.
member responsible for order at Shadewood High and a master of both fist and pen. Players will be able to meet Disciplinary Prefect Aria through the Mystic Summon starting June 5th.
Actually, starting on June 5th, bro.
Thank
Okay. All right. So okay. So her skill three doesn't start off penning defense, so she does not do anything to Emma Arunka, who is out here now, right? And stacks up. I mean, she does soul burn to get extra reduced cooldown, but I'm assuming most of us are going to be like base speed. But if they hit us and we counter a bunch, then yeah, 20, 25% CR, is it? No, 15% CR all the time. If we counter, that's going to push us up the bar quite a bit so we can cycle around, right? Or they can just not hit us and focus on somebody else, but then we get increased ER and stuff if they don't focus us, right? ER. So against debuff teams, I guess yeah, like I said, you can probably just pick on 3 to force them to have increased souls. Some Luna teams, if they have multiple mages, they're gonna force soul burn that anyways to just seal you. But the ER, that's the thing is the ER. If you go back to the skill 2 passive here, the ER applies at the start of battle. So if they seal you, then it doesn't. I don't think it matters, right? You don't lose the ER, right? Yeah, at the start of the first battle, yeah. So even if they seal you, you don't lose this. You do lose the increased ER for your team. I don't know if that stays. I don't know if that stays like that because there's no unit that like puts a debuff on you at the start of battle, right? So we have to see how that works. Like if you get debuff, does your team lose the 40 ER, or do you keep it? I don't know. Or is it like every turn she checks for a debuff on her and then increases the ER? We have to find out. But also, I don't know how much of this HP is getting put into her ER. That way, we can kind of get an estimate on what kind of things. People should have the answer after the maintenance, anyways. They should see like have the numbers, the multipliers and stuff, and then we'll come back to it. But yeah, that's been ML Aria. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.